What is going on, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm nervous. So in a few minutes, I'm on my way there now. I'm about to do my first actual speaking gig, and I am so beyond nervous. This is such a big deal to me, probably more than anybody else. Public speaking is my absolute worst fear, and if any of you guys share that same fear with me, hopefully this video will inspire you to get out of your comfort zone and do something even though you're uncomfortable and you're scared. Just having the courage to do it anyways. This is the biggest turning point in my life, is going on stage and doing the speech right now. I'm not sure how much of the speech I'm actually gonna put in my YouTube video. I can't even vlog properly right now. I'm so nervous. My heart's pounding and my stomach is in my. But anyways, I know it's been a few weeks since I posted a video. I've been kind of stepping away from car detailing and focusing on real estate. I know I haven't posted anything about that on my channel. However, I do have deals going. I'm actually closing on one of my properties today, and I'm super excited about that, to share that with you guys. I'll be making videos on that very soon. I'm so nervous right now, dude. Oh my God. All right, I will update you guys on some of the stuff I'm doing in real estate and what's been going on in my life in just a minute. I'm about to be where I'm supposed to be doing this speech in 5 minutes, and I need to just sit here in the car alone quietly and gather some of my thoughts together before I drop a brick out of my ass because I'm so nervous. So without further ado, let's move on to the speech, and then I will update you guys on some real estate stuff that I'm doing and basically what's been going on in my life. So I will see you guys in a minute.
So whenever he was 15, I saw him start to detail cars. He'll tell you more about that. That grew into him owning and running a company called Destination Detail, which is now grown all over Bay County and has a really great name. He's got a lot of following on Facebook. He's stepping into more ventures in the real estate world and beyond. Guys, put your hands together for my brother, Logan Price.
I was walking on the beach and I see this beautiful girl. For those of you who don't know me, I suck at talking to girls. I'm so bad. And so I see this girl walking on the beach, and I know that I don't have the guts to go talk to her. So I acted fast, and I see a football laying on the ground. And just for context, I'm the only person on the beach. I'm not there with family or friends. It's just me. I pick up this football, and I throw it at her as hard as I possibly can. I'm not just saying this to make you guys laugh. I've never thrown a football that hard in my entire life. I don't play sports. And so I hit her in the arm. I actually find out later that she has lupus because 10 minutes after I hit her, her arm is green. I hit her that hard. It was so bad. So I run up to her and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. That was an accident. It wasn't. And I offered to buy her food and get her a drink, and I think she was she just ate, so she didn't want anything to eat. I think I got her a sweet tea. Us Southerners love our sweet tea. And so basically we ended up talking till 11 o'clock or midnight that night. How many of you guys have had a conversation with a significant other where you just met or you just started dating or something, and you're on the phone till the late hours of the night, and you look out your window and you hear birds chirping and the sun's out, and you're like, how the heck did I stay up all night? It was one of those conversations. So we ended up dating for 2 years. Relationship's over now, but that's not really in the story. And so we ended up dating for 2 years, and to this day, that was the best relationship I've ever had. So many lessons were learned in that relationship that's going to make me a better husband one day. So many things, I couldn't have asked for anything better to happen out of that situation. However, the reason I'm bringing this up is if I didn't have the courage to do something as stupid as pick up a football and throw it at a complete stranger, I would have never met her. I would have never learned those lessons. I would have never experienced those things because I just simply took time out and then threw a football to force myself to go up and talk to her because I knew I didn't have the guts to just go and talk to her. Today is the first day that I've ever stood on a stage and talked in front of anywhere close to this amount of people. The closest thing I've ever had was at my brother's wedding. I did a best man speech and pretty much canned it. I walked away mid-speech because I think I planned for everyone to raise their glasses, and when I did, nobody else did, and I got really nervous and walked away. I'm sure we've all been there. Holy crap. So speech is over. I just did my speech. I am so beyond proud of myself. Obviously, you guys saw bits and pieces of it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna put the whole. I'm probably just gonna throw a couple clips into this vlog, and then if you guys actually want to see the full speech, I'll post it. But that was literally the most life-changing thing I've ever done, and if you guys have something that you're afraid of, whether that be skydiving, public speaking, asking someone out, doing it and actually just taking action and doing something that you're so afraid to do wakes you up and literally makes your life 10 times better. Like, I can't even put into words how much, so I'm trying to drive and film this, and it's like also kind of serious. I can't put into words how much that experience just helped me with my confidence, with my ability to do so many more things than just public speaking. My brother's behind me, like right there. He's gonna drop off his car at my house, and then we're gonna go out to eat, and then I'm gonna ask him what he thought of it. I haven't asked him anything at all. I was too busy talking to other people in the audience once I got off stage, but I can't wait to watch the speech. I haven't watched it yet. People were like quoting things that I said, and I couldn't even remember, I'm like, wait, I said that? I couldn't remember because I was so nervous. I'm gonna pause it right here. I'll be back in a second when Jason gets in the car. Jason's my brother, if you don't know. And then I'm gonna ask him what he thought of the speech. I can't even see you in here. What are you doing?
Taking audio. You got your own cameraman.
So, what did you think? Don't make it sound good. Like, your complete, honest opinion from start to finish of my speech.
Whenever you first walked up there, I could definitely tell that you were nervous.
my leg was shaking.
But it was really cool. It was super meta, because as you were saying that you were up there to conquer fear, and as you were getting more you were saying that you're getting more comfortable, then I saw that you're getting more comfortable. And you had a period at the very beginning where you kind of sharing your story and sharing accomplishments and stuff. And that part sounded a little bit more on the rehearsed sort of side. But then as you really started talking about the fear, then you could tell that was your passion. Yeah. And then I was wondering, because you were getting along to talk for a while, and I was wondering if you were still going to bring somebody up. So then, and you had said something about thank you guys so much for the opportunity to come up here. And I was really disappointed. I was like, no, he's ending early.
Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. That was one of my I prepared myself because I knew that I was going to forget what I was going to say, and that actually happened 4 times during the speech. I can point out where whenever you watch it. But I knew I was going to forget what I was going to say, so I'm I need to have, if I forget, I can immediately do something that'll make it look like I didn't forget. So I forgot what I was saying, but I lost my sentence, and basically, dang, that thing was a wide angle. I basically said, I'm thank you guys for this opportunity or whatever, just so I could keep talking, because I completely lost
so that was
my
a filler
spot.
thing?
Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that you lost your spot at all.
4 times. There's 4 times so I recorded my speech beforehand on my phone, and I'm going to show it to you, but it's completely in a different order than what was on stage. I was just picking off of what everyone was going by.
Yeah, not bull you at all. You really sounded like you just never lost your spot. At least from audience perspective, and me obviously knowing you and kind of being prepared for it to happen at some point.
Did you think that I was gonna go and
Yeah,
start?
I was expecting a lot more of that, but it was a little bit of it at the beginning. Whenever you're again, it was
water so
sharing
bad.
the fact stuff. Dude, I felt so bad because I had to do your announcement, and I was okay, I'm gonna go grab some water. Went to the fridge, there was no freaking water.
I know it's not your fault, and I saw you do it. I'm okay, it's not a big deal. I'm I can probably get through it. But then I saw what was the guy in the back that got me water?
John.
He's gonna watch this. I forgot your name. I'm sorry.
Yeah, John Capobianco.
Yeah. What?
Yeah, right?
Dang.
Coolest last name ever.
So I could see him that it almost looked like he wanted to get me water. I swear I saw that from on stage, and I was can somebody bring me a water? And then he jumped up and got it. I was yes.
But dude, I was blown away whenever you went up and you had, whenever you were picking the people, the way that you picked them too was you were just so smooth about it. You're okay, so this is, you prefaced it with okay,
that's what
this
I
is
learned
what I'm
from
about
your
to
wedding.
do. Really?
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, obviously because you weren't at his wedding, I had, I'll just zoom in, doesn't necessary. At Jason's wedding, during his speech, or my best man speech, I basically I planned in my head that I was gonna say something I've always been waiting for, to ask everyone to raise their glasses, and I raised my glasses, or my glass, and nobody did it, and I got so nervous that I literally ended the speech there, because I'd expected everyone to do it. So the lesson I learned from that was to prepare for the worst and have many outs. So I was preparing for 5 people to raise their hands. I was also preparing for no one to raise their hand and me to go out and get someone. And I'm glad that I learned that at your wedding. Otherwise, I would have canned that and just felt really awkward when nobody raised their hand.
I think you did a lot of really good audience interaction. You had...
Oh my God, and so many people read the book.
Yeah.
I was so happy about that. Yes!
I saw you getting excited about it. But I was surprised too. So it's people understood the material that you were kind of referencing, and then you had a lot of audience interaction, so people were raising their hands and everything. But then whenever you were saying, okay, and now I'm going to do something different, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to ask people, I'm going to ask one of you guys to come up here,
it's like the room kind of went silent because everybody knew, like, oh crap, is he gonna pick me? And then you didn't make it awkward. Like, I feel like,
when I asked her, it wasn't awkward because I really wanted. The second I said that, I looked right at her and we made eye contact, and I was like, I want you. But I was thinking in my head, I'm like, everyone's gonna. I hope she doesn't watch this. Everyone's gonna be like, Logan picked the cute girl out of the audience or something like that. And that's not what. It just, I made eye contact with her. I'm like, I pick you. I'm like, let me walk past and see if there's somebody else that looks more scared. And then I'm like, no, it has to be her. So I turn around, I'm like, it's you. But I felt like that was awkward. Was it not?
I thought it was perfect because
Awesome.
You're going and you're saying you're gonna pick somebody, and then you just start to walk down. Like, it wasn't like it could have been very easy for you to, when no one raised their hand, to just be like, okay, so.
Because I prepared because of your wedding and I messed up so bad.
You were silent and you were ready to then go and just pick somebody manually, and then it made it feel like that was really like your main like way of doing it. Like, that was like intentional.
I'm so glad that I'd planned that because that would have thrown me off so bad if like I'd planned for somebody to raise their hand and nobody raised their hand. I would have felt so awkward.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known what to say. What did you know what else? The whole like Eminem reference. Even like stepping up on the stage, my palms are sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. That was an Eminem quote for those of you who didn't get it. I was praying that people would get it, but I'm like, in my head, I'm like, I'm preparing that no one's gonna laugh about it and then I'm gonna have to explain it. So even though everyone was laughing, you probably couldn't have even, probably didn't even hear me. But I said, I'm like, that was an Eminem reference for those of you who didn't get it. But everyone was laughing, so I don't even know if they heard me, but it still worked out perfectly.
Yeah, because there was probably a good 30% of the room that like got the reference, but then the other people, like, they were like, okay, clearly I'm missing out on something. So it wasn't like, what the heck is he talking about?
Yeah,
it's like, oh crap,
enough
I'm missing
people
out.
laughed.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, this kid's not gonna let me in. What you know about this four-banger, son?
Four-banger?
Four-cylinder.
Oh.
That's what car people call it.
Oh, nice. You know, everything, like, I was getting emotional about it. Like,
you know what? I looked at you in the audience and it looked like you were about to cry, and I was like, don't you cry. I literally thought that I didn't look at you for the rest of the time because you and Christy wiped her eyes. I don't know if she was just getting something out of her eyes or if she was tearing up at all, but I looked at both of you and I was like, hell no. And I stayed on this side of the audience. You can even see it in the speech. The whole rest of the audience, I looked and I was like, nope. And then after my speech, I was sitting there and I was like, if I fall apart, I'm gonna beat myself up. Because I was starting to get emotional. I'm like, holy crap, I just did that and I did it good. It felt so good to be like okay being uncomfortable. Like, I think everybody, like, if you get in a situation where like your throat's getting closed up and your legs are shaking, you're like, I want to get out of this. And that was like one of the first times in my life that I was like, I can do this anywhere and I'm okay to be this uncomfortable. And knowing that, like, I can put myself in any situation like this.
Yeah.
And if I'm uncomfortable, it's gonna be okay.
I
can't wait to watch it. And I'm glad that like we're filming this whole day because like I can't wait to look back. And I feel weird saying this because I know I'm gonna look back at me saying what I'm saying right now.
Yep.
It's weird. I can't wait to like look back on this day and like look at how nervous I was and how big of a deal it was.
future Logan right now is watching this the morning of you speaking in front of 10,000 people for the first time.
Whew, don't do that. Start that shit up. Don't start that.
Yeah. I'm proud of you.
Oh, and don't cry. And seriously, thank you for like actually making this happen. Cause like I remember you called me and you asked me the first time and I said no. And then I called you right back and I was like, do not ever let me act like such a little again. And whatever it is, put my name on it and tell me about it later. And then you tried to give me the gig, and I think that like first day was like not available or something like that. And then eventually you got it, and now I did it, and now we're here. But I'm glad that I called you back and said that, and I'm glad that you actually put in the work to ask someone and make it happen, because I feel like I just grew 10 years of like wisdom. It's cool too. Everything that was said in that speech, Mom and Dad have no idea about any of it. It'll all be new. I think Mom did read the thing about throwing the football thing. And I felt so weird because the lady kept looking at me like, are you like famous? Or, like it looked like she was looking at me like trying to see if I was famous or something like that.
Yeah, it's like, wait, who are you?
Because anytime I see somebody with a camera like that, I don't actually look at them in a weird way at all. I'm just curious, like, is this part of some documentary? Are you a YouTuber? Are you famous? Are you just documenting something because you're a freak and you like eating out and filming yourself? Okay, so I'm at the gym and I just finished my workout and I just texted my brother and realized that I completely stopped vlogging like midday. And I'm so mad that I did that because I know I'm going to look back at this video and be so mad that I forgot. But after me and my brother went and got breakfast, I went home for a little while and worked from home. And then I actually went and closed on my third property. I know that I haven't talked about hardly any of this on my YouTube channel, and the following videos after this, I will explain to you guys how I bought like very, very, very cheap properties and turned them around and sold them super fast for a lot of money. And I bought 3 properties, and I just actually sold the last one today and closed on it. And I'm so glad that not only did I have this speech and like all of this was like the best day it could possibly have been, but I closed on my last property, and I'm just like so beyond grateful. Yeah, like all this is such a small thing. I know I'm gonna look back on this video of me saying this and like laugh at how small I was thinking, because I know my potential to just keep growing and think bigger and do better. But I'm a little bit bummed that I didn't document any of this besides the speech and me going out to eat with my brother. However, I'm not perfect, and I got a lot of stuff, and I'm glad that I did. I'm really glad that I got my whole speech on camera. I'm glad that I got most of the day, and I can look back on this whole day and just be grateful that I stepped out of my comfort zone and did something that was such a big deal and so scary to me. Before you click off of this video, now I know this video is not going to go like crazy viral or anything like that, or I don't know, maybe it will, but it would make me feel so cool if, since I went so far out of my comfort zone today and did something that I truly, like, this was my absolute worst fear, and I conquered it today, and I am so, so, so happy about this. If you have a fear, which you do, obviously, comment down below. Just share what your biggest fear is. If you want to add a lot of stuff to it, like, really dive deep into it, go for it. Or if you just say, my biggest fear is also public speaking, or my biggest fear is not being able to provide for my family. Like, comment your biggest fear. And the reason I want to do this is because so many of you guys will look through the comment section and realize how many of you guys have such similar fears. And I don't know, it would make me feel really good if you guys would just, I'm not going to ask you to like every single video, I'm not going to ask you to comment for the YouTube algorithm, but at least on this one video, please comment down below your biggest fear. If you don't have a YouTube channel and you're watching this just on your phone without not a YouTube channel, but a YouTube account, that way you can't comment, it takes 5 seconds to set up an account, come back to this video and leave a comment on it. That's all I have today, and hopefully I will post a video very, very soon on some of these real estate deals that I'm doing and getting involved in, but I will see you guys on the next video. Peace. I was so, so, so nervous, and even now, I'm still nervous, but I'm simply just acting and doing it right now, because if I sit in that chair any longer, my fear is just growing more and more and more. And as I'm up here, it's going farther and farther down, because I'm acting and I'm taking the control out of the fear, because now I'm in control and I'm doing it anyway.